From the time that the U.S. government started keeping track of fatalities, they climbed and climbed and climbed until sometime in the late 60s, mid 70s. Things were getting worse until the government and the auto manufacturers and the public started paying attention to the problem of crashes and injuries and deaths that occur on the highway.
Even though all vehicles had seat belts, the seatbelt usage rate was about 11%, which is pretty low when you think about now. In 1979, for example, more than 51,000 Americans were killed in highway crashes, and the fatality rate was 3.26 fatalities per 100 million miles traveled. So it was a tremendously unsafe period in terms of auto and highway safety.
I think the biggest contributor to higher rate of seatbelt wearing have been laws requiring that people wear seatbelts when they're in a car that's moving, and the enforcement of those laws. Back in the early 90s, the Insurance Institute worked with the state of North Carolina and some other partners on something called Click It or Ticket, which combined public awareness campaign with very severe enforcement.
Finally, Congress got the message, and Congress said, you know what, we're going to make sure that there's an incentive for states to pass a primary seatbelt law. The states who have enacted a primary seatbelt law have seen an astronomical usage in seatbelts, and not coincidentally, that means that fatalities have significantly decreased in those states.
Primary laws are important in that it gives law enforcement officers an opportunity to stop a car because its occupants are not belted and insist that they put on the belts in compliance with the law. Secondary offenses, on the other hand, the driver has to do something wrong to gain the officer's attention before he can even address the situation of the seatbelts.
Over the years, numerous research projects have been undertaken that prove the use of seatbelts do save lives. Primary seatbelt law saves lives. In GHSA, we take the primary opportunity to educate not only the nation but our member states and say, look, this is what you have to do. This is a blueprint of how it works. It's not rocket science. You do it with education, you do it with enforcement, and it's also about partnership and working not only with our government agencies but our corporate partners as well. We have many, many corporate partners in GHSA who proclaim the same message that we do about seatbelts saving lives.
We couldn't do the research that we've done and the public information campaigns that we do, or the consumer information testing that we do, without the support of insurers. The insurers are an important partner in the business of making roads safer.
We've always taken the approach that we should do things to try to improve the roadways, that we should try to do things to improve driver behavior. It's part of our culture, part of our DNA, and it's also good business, which is a good thing all the way around.